Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I am your host, James Lane, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
We living.
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
I am barely living.
Oh, fun day for Fahey.
Oh, God.
But before we get started, once again, got to remind you guys, we are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
We are not on a chew yet.
We'll get there.
Close.
We'll get there. That's our next big thing.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to tell you I have COVID.
Oh, God damn it. I knew it. I knew you looked sickly.
Now I'm just offended. I'm just offended.
Disclaimer, Kyle does not have
I don't
COVID.
have COVID.
Disclaimer. But let's get right into it today, boys. Little Carson Wentz trade happened over the weekend or before last time we talked. Either way, got traded to the Colts for a second and third round pick, and then just making fun of my hand gestures. But yeah, so we got traded to the Colts.
We just stepping?
Oh.
As I smack the fuck out of this mic.
What do you guys think of the trade? Do you think Carson Wentz is going to do good over in Indianapolis?
First of all, the Colts...
He ain't doing good because he sucks. First of all,
the Colts fleeced the Eagles in this one. Oh, my God. Did they ever?
I think that was the only way they were going to get rid of Carson Wentz.
I know, but wow.
Now, hold on.
Wow.
Define fleeced.
They did really well.
The Colts?
Yes.
They overpaid.
No.
They barely gave up anything.
Dude,
A second and a third?
Sorry, I think it was a third and a fourth. Let me double check.
You're not even thinking about the money here. The Eagles are still paying like $40 million.
I apologize. It's
Carson Wentz is still going to be the Eagles' biggest cap hit next season.
That is actually true. That is a fun fact.
Fleeced.
Fleeced.
All right.
It's not a second and a third, by the way. I think it's actually like a...
It's a third.
It's like a third and a sixth or something.
It's a third and it could be a second.
No, I think it's a second. It's a conditional second. So if the Colts make playoffs, then it turns into a first, actually.
Okay, yeah. We know what we're talking about today. But either way.
But yeah, that's what's happening. I love that. I think there's a chance Carson Wentz might have a decent season just because of the offensive line.
Well, he's not going to be running for his life, but I still think he's
shocked
hot garbage.
I know. No. He's hot garbage, but if there was a team where he can, might turn it around somehow, it might be the Colts.
I am absolutely shocked by your take right now because I thought we were going to have a big debate on this because, now the people that are like, adding Carson Wentz, does that make them a Super Bowl contender? No.
My God.
No, it does not.
Dumb.
But I think Carson Wentz, people don't realize your environment is huge to your success. And I think the bigger problem with him, don't get me wrong, he physically sucked last year. But I think he was so mentally defeated. That's what the word around the league was. He was so mentally defeated. Putting him in a new environment with new teammates, with his old coach where he was going to win MVP before an injury.
Yeah.
I think he could really thrive. Wow, excuse me. Really thrive with thrive with the Colts because when you get your old guy, that great offensive line, so he does have more time to make decisions. Because that was a big problem. His decision-making was so terrible. And its accuracy. He just sucked last year.
He had 0.3 seconds to throw the ball last year, too, because that line sucked.
And then you go to the Colts. That's unbelievable. Now he has time to actually process and watch plays develop.
Imagine being behind Quentin Nelson. What a luxury.
How safe I would feel.
3 sacks in 3 seasons for Quentin Nelson.
That's like a grizzly bear protecting you.
He's literally a rhinoceros.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Oh, no, he's the best. Actually, lineman appreciation post. I feel like we should do that soon. Because
it's just going to be Quentin Nelson.
Honestly, it's going to be
Quentin Nelson.
It's going to be a slideshow.
It's just going to be different photos of
him just
Nelson.
pancaking the shit out of defensive linemen. What? No, I mean, he's going to do better than he did last year, Carson Wentz, but he's not. He's still probably a bottom-tier quarterback.
Yeah.
In a decent offense. They have a good run game. They have a good O-line. He's going to have more times to make shitty decisions. I still think he's going to make terrible decisions.
He's going
to. I picture maybe 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and probably 20-something picks. It's going to be an average.
20-something picks.
I think
he's probably going to fumble the ball.
I know. I just like how you said that and just ran by. I was like, and 20-something picks. That's great.
I think his ceiling is as personal and as a team. Their ceiling is like a wild card playoff team, and he'll be a middle of the pack guy at best. Well, this is the ceiling, his absolute best if everything goes to plan.
Well, you mentioned too. You're I think he was just mentally defeated. It's that's great and all, but
body's weak, mind is strong.
Don't even. We're not getting into that right now.
Good God,
don't even. But
his Wentz's journey is going to be interesting,
dude. Fuck the journey. Okay? F all that. We literally cannot get into that right now.
Oh God, that's so good.
But yeah, no.
Your train of thoughts on fire.
Dude, well, you guys keep cutting me off. I don't know what's going on. But no, that he's not gonna succeed with Indy. I really don't think so. I think he's still the same quarterback, the same crappy decision-making quarterback we've seen this whole time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
What I think could
He's
also
not gonna
play a
change
huge role is, and you know how this year they
Plus-
didn't have OTAs, they didn't have a preseason. If they have that going into next season, which based on how everything is going with COVID and the vaccines, I think there should be. That's just my guess. I've heard no actual rumors about it because they're probably waiting to see what happens. But if there's once again no preseason, no OTAs, he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle real big. But if there is the OTAs, the preseason, the practice with the guys, then that's when it'll be like, okay, you at least get to build some chemistry with these guys.
How do you also too, to kind of elaborate on that, how do you expect his team to rally behind a guy who they watched suck ass last year, and then on top of that, he handled his benching like a whiny little preteen?
Yeah, that is the one thing I don't like. I did see him or a post, so one of the players on the team, I can't remember who, but he texted them immediately and was like, "Hey, just want to let you know I'm hyped to work with you, this and that."
They were just like, "Fuck you."
No, they were hyped. They're like, "Okay, yeah." He's like off the rip, great, showing leadership, really appreciative, things like this.
I don't know. Well, Carson Wentz lost his seat in the house because if I'm him, I'd be, I don't know. I don't see him succeeding. He went from literally having the keys to the mansion in Philly. He got whatever he wanted.
I mean, when Nick Foles wins you the Super Bowl for you, did he have the keys?
That's what everyone's reporting on. That's what everybody's saying. They're saying he had way too much power in Philly. So he's going to go from that to probably the shortest leash he's ever had in sports. Good, yeah, no.
That's what he deserves. When you suck, you don't get to do whatever you want.
That's what I mean, but I don't think it's going to help him. It's not going to...
I think that it's going to test the mental part of it.
He's either going to get humbled.
These are the moments where guys either thrive or they fall apart. You will see what Carson Wentz is this year.
He's either going to get humbled or he's nothing. He is going to be out of the league and after this contract.
How long's that leash, you think?
Oh, dude.
I'm saying, I say they give him at least 3 games.
Who's their backup? Is Jacoby? No, Jacoby's a free agent. They don't even really have. They don't have a backup.
But he can suck that bad. I say they give him 3 games. Is that way? Because the Colts are a playoff team.
Yeah.
You're not you
don't waste that defense
or
that line.
Yeah, you can't let 4 games is if he sucks for 4 games and they lose 4 games, that's that hurts an entire season.
Yeah, I would say that's huge. That's a whole.
If they went 1-2 and he's not playing well, I'd still yank him.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't have even traded for him.
You can't waste that line in defense.
You got to go. You got to go through the eye test though. If they lose those 2 games, let's say, because the defense lets up 40 points, and I don't think that's gonna be a reason. You got to look at the eye test.
Yeah.
Because if they're 1-2 and say he hasn't thrown a pick in 3 games, where it's okay, then this guy is not the problem. And clearly it hasn't happened yet, so we have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But once again, it's moments like this where a perfect example. Baker Mayfield went something similar to this, where it's you need to be humbled, and he thrived for it. Where there's guys that just fall apart. You're going to learn who Carson Wentz is in this season. It'll be interesting to watch because this is one of the first quarterbacks to actually move this offseason.
I don't know. Impressions of him last season were horrible at best, and I just don't see that.
I get that. This is his final straw. This is it. If he sucks, he's
I didn't
done.
even think he was going to get this. I'm very surprised that a team actually I know I don't know. I do think the Colts overpaid, as long as. Because now, I know the Phillies taking the cap hit next year. What about the year after?
No, I think it's just this 1 year.
Yeah.
But I mean...
They still got out of the contract, but then...
I think a big reason they did take him is because Frank Wright liked the guy. He did well with the guy.
He's putting his job on the line, taking him. That's
Very
for
true.
damn sure.
One thing I will say is Carson Wentz is also going to have better receivers here. T.Y. Hilton, people forget about him. He's a good receiver.
He's okay.
He's better than old Alshon Jeffrey that can barely
walk.
Walk.
Better than Philly, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he has it. Just overall, he's being put into a new system with his. Well, I say new system, but in the old system, I would say that works well. He has a better offensive line. And remember when they were going to the Super Bowl and he was dominant? He had a great offensive line that year.
Yeah.
People, and that receiving core was great that year. People forget how good that team overall was. Once again, that year. After that, they just. Fell apart.
After that year, they fell apart.
Yeah, literally. After that year. But no, it was so the Colts though are kind of like that same thing as that team where it's the good offensive line, decent receivers, good defense. I think he has a shot. I think he has a shot to make it back, but once again, I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders. I want to clarify that. Not Super Bowl contenders. On the Eagles side of the trade, okay, so you think Jalen Hurts wins the job, bada bing, bada boom, this is their guy.
He's screwed.
There's rumors going around they might draft a quarterback with the 6th overall pick.
For the love of God.
What is this garbage even thought process? You have Jalen Hurts. And you know what? I get it if you want to draft another young guy for a quarterback battle. I'm sorry, don't waste your first round 6th overall pick on a guy to compete. Get a guy in a later round.
Well, hold on though, because it depends who's available.
Dude,
if they think
there's a chance all those guys are gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but if say they don't, say Justin Fields drops to 6. That's not.
Give me Jalen Hurts.
They need receivers.
I understand that, but the logic to go against that, you either believe in Jalen Hurts or you believe in hypothetical if Justin Fields is there. If that's your guy, don't waste any time. If you really think Justin Fields could be the next guy, you go out, you get Justin Fields. You don't risk anything. Then you build around him.
No, but that is risking something. Jalen Hurts has proven that he can play in this
Don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts. If you look at Jalen Hurts and you're Philly, right, and say you give Jalen Hurts like a B, like overall, like you're just like, okay, this is a B tier quarterback, and then you look at Justin Fields and you're like, I think that could be the best quarterback in this draft, or right behind Trevor Lawrence, or you know what I mean?
But I don't think they are going to think that. I think the thing is, I think Jalen Hurts showed. Yeah, he didn't play a lot of games, but he showed that's like, I can be the guy. He also shows the maturity.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I think he deserves a chance.
He needs the maturity. He shows the maturity in the locker room. We've seen it not even just in the NFL, but in the NCAA, or college, same thing. But we saw it with Tua. You know what I mean? When Tua ended up getting the starting job over him, he goes, okay, that's fine. Stayed a year with Alabama. Then he went over to Oklahoma, proved himself there, becoming a Heisman finalist. It's just... And then he comes to the NFL, he sits, waits his time behind Carson Wentz, even though he's absolute booty hole, just garbage. And then he gets his shot, and he just jumps at this opportunity. But, like, Jalen Hurts just shows the maturity you need in a locker room. And I think it's tough to find that in a lot of guys, where you can build upon physical abilities, where leadership, you got it or you don't.
Well, don't get me wrong, too. I think Jalen Hurts deserves the shot. I don't think Justin Fields would be worth taking at 6 if you have Jalen Hurts, just because I think, like you said, the dude's a journeyman. Like, he has done everything right so far. He has made it all the way to where he is. Like, I would love to see him get a full season under Phil. Like, imagine if he goes out and he does good with Philly next year. Like, they win some games, they do whatever. Carson Wentz is going to look like a bum because that team did not improve.
Well, imagine with the 6th overall pick, they get Devontae Smith.
Listen, I would rather them do that, but I understand if you're Philly, if you're like, that could be the guy, like that, we think he could be in the next couple of years a top tier quarterback in the league. It depends on how good you look at Justin Fields, because he's going to be the only one who I think would pique their interest at 6. But
Zach Wilson from BYU, I've heard actually a lot of high praise on him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine, but I think it is Trevor, Justin, everybody else.
Such a Philly move. Like you have the guy who has proven that he can play in the league, and then you're going to take a risk that there is no guarantee that anyone that in the draft is going to be able to perform in the NFL. That goes for Trevor Lawrence too.
That also.
As much as we believe that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the next guy in the league, there's not a guarantee that he can actually play in it. It's especially if he goes to the Jets. There's a chance Trevor Lawrence may not survive. He might die quick.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm just saying, like, Jalen Hurts has proven that he can perform in the league. I'm not saying he's a top-tier quarterback, but he's a guy who can play the quarterback position in it, and he's proven it in, like, just a handful of games. But you're going to go out and then take a risk and not go out and help him?
Well, and how does that
make any sense?
And also, like, if you draft a quarterback at 6 overall, and Jalen Hurts thinks, like, if beforehand Jalen Hurts thinks now it's like, oh, I'm the guy. This is going to be me. This is my team. I'm finally getting that option. If the team goes and drafts a guy with a 6th overall pick, it's like, whoa, why didn't? What do you mean? This means you don't believe in me? Now, don't get me wrong. If they get a quarterback in a later part of the draft, that's fine. Totally different because it's like quarterback competition is good. But use that. Why are you using your number one asset in the draft to get another quarterback where it's like, okay, you have a guy that, let's not forget, went toe-to-toe with Kyler Murray, who everyone praises absolutely praises Kyler Murray and thinks he's going to be an MVP one day, Super Bowl champion kind of guy. A lot of people think this about Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no,
But
I've
what
been
I'm saying,
preaching it for the last.
But my thing is, so if you draft a quarterback 6 overall, Jalen Hurts is going to be like, don't get me wrong, he's mentally tough, but like the amount of times it just like keeps wearing down. It's don't get me wrong, I think he would accept the challenge and go for it, but it's like, why would you waste your asset on a quarterback that might play?
See, I don't know. And to say that he's proven he can play, I think is giving him a little too much benefit of the doubt. I mean, he only played in what?
3-4 games.
You know,
but
like
he
that's a
looked
short.
good, though.
I'm sure he looked good, and
get
Justin Fields could also look even better in 3-4 games. You know what I mean? The sample size is way too small to say he's the guy.
I'm not.
It is way too small to say
To
he's
me,
the
it's
guy.
not even so much the physical play; it's just the amount of leadership this guy has. And once again,
leadership doesn't win games. It doesn't win
does,
championships.
it can build a locker room.
It can build a great
It's-
team, but
it can
does-
build a
if-
locker room, and I
Kyle,
think he has enough
it's-
talent
Kyle.
to prove it.
Kyle, it's gotten Brady 7 rings.
Yeah, that's also talent. That's also
He's gotten 7 rings off of his leadership.
not leadership.
Yes,
not
Brady
just
left
leadership.
New England, and no one wanted to come here, and people left almost immediately.
Not
Why?
ju-
Because his leadership wasn't there anymore.
No, he also has the drive. He also has the effort. He puts in the work. He does all these other things.
And that's
These are
what
all
J-
things-
and that's what
gotten
Jalen Hurts does.
okay,
Have you followed Jalen Hurts? I know you have, but like, have you?
But you're also now just assuming that Justin Fields does not.
There's a chance. This is what I'm saying. There's
If-
a chance that he is just a straight up bum. But Jalen Hurts isn't anymore. He's not. Oh, not anymore. He's Jalen Hurts isn't.
If I'm the Eagles, I would not be willing to take a risk on a quarterback that might just be as good as Jalen Hurts. Now, if you had the first overall pick and you're thinking,
I think Justin Fields has a higher ceiling than Jalen Hurts.
I get it.
to me, it's not all physical ability though. Look at some of these guys.
Of course, it's not. But
Dan Marino, dude, one of the most talented quarterbacks, never won it all. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff where it's like, and I'm
well,
not
you
saying,
still have to be a competent franchise and still Eagles. I think
and I think drafting
The
a
Eagles
quarter,
are not a competent franchise.
and I think
No.
drafting a second quarterback with the 6th overall pick is not a competent move. I think
okay, but here's
I
my
think
logic.
they need to get him weapons
But I don't think you fully grasp
or build
what
that offensive lineup.
If you could go back, right? If you could go back and say Tom Brady's available at 6, and you have Drew Bledsoe on your team, and you're like, well, I don't want to draft Tom because I have Drew. I want to build around.
You do know that that's what they did though, but it was the 6th round.
That's okay, but it's just I get it. But if you knew Tom Brady was going to be the guy, and you had Drew Bledsoe, and you're like, I don't know. Like they didn't draft Tom Brady to replace Drew. They drafted Tom Brady in the 6th round to back up and do whatever because they like the guy.
I get where you're going with this comparison, but I don't totally like it just because Tom Brady is the pinnacle of pinnacles, like the
I'm
top
just
of the
using
top.
him
I
as
know what you're saying.
I'm just using him as an example.
Clearly, if you knew there was Tom Brady or the next Tom Brady, say like if they
I'm
had
saying,
the, now hear me out.
if
If they
you
had
value-
the first, hold on. If they had the first overall pick and Trevor Lawrence was there,
So
everyone
where's
is saying this is the guy where it's like maybe that's where it's like okay, this could be the next guy. He is the most secure lock. I would understand that move, but and it's tough to tell. But it is part of the risk. But my thing is, you have a guy that the team really likes. He played well from when Carson Wentz played last year to when he played. The team improved drastically. So it's like, why not give him a little more help, whether it's offensive line or offensive weapons? I just help the guy out. That's my thing.
I agree that Jalen Hurts is going to be a good quarterback, and he is going to get. I agree. He's probably the best answer for Philly in that position.
Then why even entertain drafting a quarterback?
Because if you believe that Justin Fields, I don't think you guys are giving Justin Fields enough credit. Because if he falls to 6, if you believe that that's your guy, and you can build around him and do whatever, I say you don't waste any time. You go get him. It's not like all you're doing as a GM is compiling assets. So if you look at Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields as just 2 different assets, you can now ship Jalen Hurts off. Go do whatever, collect more. If you think that's the guy you want to build around, I get it. I think it's the wrong move, but I at least understand it.
Yeah, that would also be terrible for the locker room too.
I agree. Listen,
That team-
I said,
when they-
I think it would be the wrong move.
Because
But
you
if
saw
Justin
what
Fields is
happened.
That good.
You saw what happened when they benched Hurts when they tanked that game.
Yeah. Oh well, that was also Doug
That-
Peterson being a fucking
That whole
idiot. He
whole
sucked.
team was pissed.
Yeah.
That and then
They
next thing you
threw.
know, they're gonna draft a new quarterback and then ship him out. That would ruin that team.
I understand.
I'm just saying,
the-
Kyle. So I'm just saying what you're trying to say here. It just wouldn't work from a team standpoint.
Not next year, no. because they're going to have to clean house if they do it. If they do it, everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to go.
That's just the wrong move.
Maybe
by a landslide
for next year, but if Justin
Kyle,
Fields is
that
going to
could ruin a franchise for at least 5+ seasons.
that franchise is already ruined. They
I
ruined
get
themselves.
I know, but they won a Super Bowl in the past 3-4.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. None of those people are going to be on the team anymore.
I'm just saying, like they recently just won.
Yeah, I know, but they're still like they won and then immediately nosedived, and we're at the bottom half of the nosedive.
And I think Jalen Hurts could build that leadership to do it. But we're on the same page of like keeping Jalen Hurts. That's the right.
I
move
do
to
think
do.
Jalen Hurts deserves the shot.
Yes,
I'm just saying
100%.
I can get behind the idea of getting another quarterback at 6.
Yeah, I couldn't personally. You know what I can't get behind is when some no-name kid just starts yelling at an NFL player who's been an MVP and just absolutely ridicules him at his own camp. Cam Newton,
you a
folks.
free agent.
He just, for those that don't know, this kid at one of Cam Newton's camps literally just started yelling at him like, "Oh, you a free agent?" Like going back and forth, like just kind of crapping on Cam, like, "You a free agent?" I love Cam Newton's response. He's like, "Where's your daddy?"
Where's your dad?
And then he's just like,
talk to your dad.
I also love you. Like, I'm rich. He's like, I'm rich. Like, this is my kid. Like, I'm rich. He does not care. But I just, so I'm gonna, I don't know. Cam Newton did not care. He was just like, I think Cam Newton handled that situation pretty well overall. I don't like that kid. I do not like how he handled that at all. That is ridiculous. I like how Cam Newton handled it, but because at first Cam Newton was getting like a bad rap because only half of it came out, so it looks like he's just heckling with this kid. Yeah. But it's like, no, this kid egged him on. It was so annoying. Like, first off, if there was a video of what burning bridges looks like, this is what this kid just did. Yep. He was just crapping on Cam Newton like, "Oh, you're a free agent." First off, Cam Newton's a better football player than he probably will ever be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know this kid at all. I don't know his film. I don't know anything about it.
Don't care.
Doesn't matter. Cam Newton,
better football player.
Just go watch Cam Newton's highlight careers. Even though I've not made fun, just crapped on his whole last season with the Patriots. But Cam Newton is a better football player than you probably will ever be. So how about you show him respect? Try to learn from him. And it's like, because he had one bad season and he's a free agent, you'll be lucky if you ever get to be a free agent in the NFL.
Dog, he's at Cam Newton's camp. The man is a NFL MVP. That is a short list right there, just to be on. And the NFL MVP made it to the Super Bowl. He is the all-time leading rusher, passer, and passing touchdowns in Carolina. Like, and you're at his camp. You're at his literal camp. You're gonna I don't know.
Try to learn from the guy.
I don't know. I understand making a joke, but if I don't know. It's pretty.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Like both sides. I enjoyed jawing. I just think
the kid's an idiot.
Yeah, for sure, but God, it's that kid. The scenes like some of these kids like have the balls to do stuff like that. It's kind of enjoying.
I would never do.
I know it's I kind of enjoy it.
I'd look at Cam Newton, my jaw would fucking be on the floor. Be like, oh my God, what kind of hat is he wearing, sir? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I guess the one thing, even though I don't like how the kid did it, it's like you said, like kind of has the courage and bold to like to actually say something to Cam Newton and be like, I am that guy. Where it's like long run, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with what he did, but long run, it's like he has the confidence. But the one thing I gotta say is, you better back it up. If you don't, like, you can have that confidence, but if you suck, no one cares about you.
Dog, no.
When we're talking football, This
is a random kid. Like we will probably never hear from him again. Like I want you to know that. Like there's a 99% chance he is never like.
Cam Newton even called him out. He just goes like, "Oh, what's your record at the camp or something?" And they're like 1-2, or like he was just like, "Shut your mouth."
Yeah,
you're at my camp. You can't even win enough. Like,
yeah.
If he was dominating the camp, and even that, I don't even like.
To watch him like go up Moss Newton on something, and then he starts talking trash.
That's okay. That you're allowed to do that. Like there's trash talk in the game, which is fine.
That's a little different.
First off, Cam Newton has like a foot on this kid.
Yeah,
you gotta go watch the video. Cam Newton, you forget how big Cam Newton is until he's around other human beings that aren't.
Yeah,
physical specimens.
I'd love to see Cam Newton at tight end. Total side note.
Yes.
Total side note.
Well, that was like the play with the Patriots when he got the touchdown in like his last game.
Yeah,
it's so pretty cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, just. there's trash talk and like joking around, like you said, like that's fine. And
show the man some respect.
Respect. One, like the big thing for me is you're at his camp.
Yeah.
Can you not like just ridicule the guy? Someone tweeted it was Kyle Long or Chris Long, one of the defensive end Long. Chris Long. Thank you. Sorry, I mixed up their names. But he literally tweeted, goes, "Yeah, Cam Newton's a better man than me," because he's just like, I would have reacted very differently.
Just drop a bow right to his teeth.
Probably would have kicked him out of the camp. You don't get to just talk.
I would have. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. You just blew that opportunity.
That's the thing. That's what blows my mind, because down the road, it's just like
that's the thing. Cam's literally giving this dude an opportunity to showcase his skills, do whatever, and this guy's bad mouthing him into his own camp. Like, that's pretty trash.
Yeah, it's a lame move. Lame. That's to put it as simple as that.
Grow up.
Grow
up.
You're
gonna tell me that I'm wrong. Get educated.
Macaroni. Swapping over to basketball.
Oh God, here we go.
Boogie Cousins.
And
we'll get there.
Yeah,
Boogie Cousins and the Houston Rockets have decided to part ways. So, where do you guys think he's gonna go, and why?
They've like officially. I did not realize that. I thought he was just on the trade block.
No. He's a free agent.
No,
he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
Yeah. So where do you think he's gonna go, and why is it the Nets or the Lakers? Because let's be honest, as much as I want to say Boston,
dude, it's gonna be the Nets.
If he goes to the Nets, I'm not watching the NBA this year. I'm not.
I mean, he's not having the best season, but just him on that team is.
It just has.
He's just another great. He's another interior defender. He plugs up weaknesses with the Nets.
Dude, because
they can put up 150 every game,
dude,
and now you're just adding defense.
Yeah, then Boogie is actually then gonna try.
Yes.
When Boogie tries, he's so scary.
See,
he's so scary.
He is. This is why. So I don't want him to go to the Nets either, because oh my God, the league just won't be fun.
No.
I would like to see him go to the Lakers, because I'm not a LeBron fan, but like
it's gonna be Nets Lakers anyways.
I know, but that's the thing where it's just like, at least give LeBron a fighting chance. Where it's like, okay, you lose Dwight Howard. Oh, you bring in DeMarcus Cousins, but Dwight Howard was not.
He killed it last year.
No, he did, but his presence wasn't so much like, oh, I can score a ton of points. It's rebounds and defender. Oh my God, Boogie Cousins can do that, and he's a better offensive player. I know right now it hasn't been shown.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go play with LeBron, you get out of Houston. Houston as a whole, as a sports city, is a mess. Wow. But yeah, go through the amount of players that have left. But you bring him over to play for the Lakers and LeBron, and he doesn't have to be the starting center. You know what I mean? Because, well, it depends on how they want to do it. Well, but Anthony Davis is out, so he's going to get to play more. But once that team is full front, that creates a real, actual NBA Finals matchup you want to see between the Nets and the Lakers.
There's good chemistry there, too. Between AD
and... Boogie was on the Lakers last year, too. Everybody forgets that.
Yeah, he was already there. He's already played with Anthony Davis. And he actually is starting to kind of look like his old self again. I mean, he's not there statistically, but he can play 30 minutes a game.
I was going to say, he didn't get hurt.
He didn't get hurt.
When Boogie's in technicals, Boogie's coming back. Like, that's...
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
I just think Boogie to the Lakers makes the league a lot more entertaining versus Boogie to the Nets, where I'm just like, well, here you go, guys.
Boogie to the Lakers.
There's another one, Kevin. Have fun on another super team.
Dude, I know. Kevin's already on a super team.
I know, that's the thing, where it's like, you give it Boogie, where it's like, this is not even fun.
All of Kevin's rings is so fucking watered down.
If they add Boogie Cousins, because before, like my big debate with Kevin on the Nets is like, okay, so he joined Golden State, weak move, he wins some rings. Don't get me wrong, he's a big reason why they won them. But then it's like, okay, you want to go team up with Kyrie Irving in the Nets. You know what? That's okay. If you won like that,
duo.
Yeah, I get it. You need a partner, like we talked about beforehand. You need a duo. Well, then you get James Harden. It's like, well, I don't totally put that on him, because it's like, that's the front office. Yes, they're gonna go get the best players. He probably voiced like, yeah, go get James Harden. But then if you had Boogie Cousins, where it's like, okay, you're making a my team now. What is this?
It already is a my team.
I know, but
they have 3 of the top 5 players in the league.
No, I know, but that's what I'm getting at. Where it's just like, okay, well, now if he wins like that, it's like, cool, you have 3. And you're a top player on the team, but what is this? What weight does this carry? Like you're unbelievable, but your rings.
Every single ring that Kevin Durant has, it's 0.5 of an actual ring.
I mean, granted, it's only 0.5 because I mean he has been the guy.
Don't get me wrong.
That team is
now
teams are ridiculous.
Now here's the thing. I feel like we have been talking about. We go back to this. So imagine if Boogie, because we all want Boogies on the Lakers, it'll make it more entertaining for the league, even though we all know it's probably going to be Nets, Lakers, if everything stays healthy and all that. But say Boogie goes to the Nets. Imagine if LeBron beats this team.
Yeah,
I know we've talked about in the past. I know we've talked in the past, and like we've said, he's got to match Jordan. If he beats this
Bro, he'd have to
team.
literally knock people out on the court and like take them out.
You saw, dude, the Nets.
He couldn't do
the
it.
Nets beat them with just Harden.
No, I know, but
Anthony Davis is out too.
But that's the
Either way,
thing.
it was just Harden.
Yeah,
No, but add Anthony Davis back. But that's the thing. Like, if you have full,
that goes to show how good Harden is, though.
if you have full like power on both sides, like full teams ready to go, and LeBron wins, I mean, at that point, I think I would have to put him above Jordan.
I mean, he's for me at least, he's right there.
That's the thing.
One more ring, and I think he's over. I think the debate is over.
Especially if it's this Nets team, if they get Boogie, if they get Boogie and he beats this Nets team, because it's like, okay, now he's beaten 2 teams that Jordan, none of the teams he's faced that were even close to that talent.
Yeah.
Because the 6-0, that's great. Yeah, not to make this all about LeBron and
beats the Nets
MJ,
in
but
5
you have
games
to. Oh my
with
god.
Boogie, I'd be like,
No, it's gonna take 7. That would take 7.
bro, it would take 7 in a fucking miracle. It would. Jesus himself would have to be balling next to LeBron.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like I think at that point if he beats the Nets, especially if they have Boogie Cousins all 100% healthy, I would have to put him over MJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's not gonna. But
Let's just pray to God Boogie goes to the Lakers and makes this actually so there's 2 teams I can root for.
You know who I really want to go to? The Celtics.
I would love if he went to the Celtics.
It's not gonna happen.
We are a flaming hot bag of dumpster fire.
Let's get into it. Fahey, I feel like
I was gonna say, yeah, you can start this segment off
because we know as much as we want Boogie on the team, it's not gonna happen. So we might as well just let our anger out. Is Brad Stevens on the hot seat?
Hey, Brad, is there a positive out of this game, Brad? I know you love to do that. Whenever a bad game happens, he always finds a positive. Oh, actually, Carson Edwards, Carson had played a pretty good game for us today, I thought. But like you blew what? Neat. How many double-digit leads are we gonna give up?
24 points.
24 points.
24 points.
That 24 points doesn't disappear in the WNBA. 24 points doesn't disappear in wheelchair basketball. Which is hilarious because the Celtics are playing like a bunch of cripples. Are we joking? 24 points.
Are we?
How many times are we going to let this happen? Danny, how many times are you going to allow this team to quit on Brad? How many times? I know you said this team is not a championship team, and you said it was your fault. Good for you. I'm glad you noticed that you did not do well here. Good. This team is not playing for their coach.
No. And
no, a team, dude, you should be able to coach your way. You should be able to coach. It was taco time in the second quarter.
Taco. It's about to be taco time the rest of this season.
How are we doing this? Why isn't Rob Williams playing more also?
I don't know actually.
They have a better plus minus when he's on the floor. I don't get it. Are we not analytic based anymore? Are we not listening to analytics? Because I know this whole thing was a bunch of analytic data, and it shows that Robert Williams, when he's on the floor, the Celtics are a better team.
Yeah.
Why are we not playing him more?
He's been playing well too. Did you see that double alley-oop the other day?
Yeah.
He's been.
Yes.
Yeah. He did. I don't know.
I don't get it.
I'm glad you said Danny and not Brad Stevens, because to go back to your point, I don't think Brad's on the hot seat. I think Danny's on the hot seat.
No, Brad's on the goddamn hot seat. His seat's on fire right now.
I think they both are. Because Danny Ainge, like I said, we talked about.
You have to win if you're the Celtics.
That's the thing.
We've been here for how fucking long?
So that's the thing. You were always like, like we talked about earlier in the year, it's like, the chemistry's good, which this was before everything. The chemistry's not good right now. I don't know what's going on. But the thing is just one more good year. When we were talking about the James Harden trade a while back. Hold on, let me get... It's like, okay, you can only have so many decent years until you don't get over the hump. And I'm not even saying winning. I'm saying, get to the finals, where it's just like, okay, Brad and Danny, this is not working anymore, because it's like we have the 2 young guys. It's why aren't the players buying in to the coach? What are you doing as a coach that isn't working? And Danny, why aren't you getting the pieces around Tatum and Brown to really get this working? These both, you had the assets, Danny, and you just kept drafting young guys. You killed it with 2 of them. Robert Williams, I would say, too. You killed it with a decent amount of them, but you drafted too many. You should have gotten more veteran leaders that would have bought into Brad Stevens.
Now, it's very, to go back to what you were just saying, if we still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals facing the Nets, then I would disagree with that point. But when it's this bad, it's clear that there should have been a move to make. I'm all for, don't fix something that isn't broken. But right here, it's like now, okay, it officially
broken.
broke. It just snapped.
Broken.
Like whatever it is we had that was getting us to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mind you, I know Kemba's been injured. I know Marcus Smart hasn't played. Like I know there's a lot going on, but somebody's got to step up. Like they should not be blowing 24-point leads. They should not be losing to Washington and having Taco play in like the third quarter. It is such an effort thing with this team because talent-wise, they're there. But it's like now I know there needs to be like moves to be made. Like I know we have to get rid of somebody, and I know somebody's got to move. I know something has to change. I just have no idea. I less think it's Brad Stevens. I more think it's Danny Ainge, and it's like, you've been great at not jumping the gun on the wrong trades or the wrong whatever, but I think now it's like you clearly missed on not getting. I don't even know. I don't even know who it would be.
Personally, if they can get Bradley Beal or James Harden kind of player where it's like they need help, they absolutely need help. If they could get Boogie Cousins, that's great. Because Tristan Thompson, as much as I thought that signing was great, it's not working out. Danny Ainge was great at collecting assets and all that, and used it when they had the really high draft picks to get Tatum and Brown. But then it's like, oh, we have a 14, 17, and an 18 draft pick or something. It was like, okay, you don't need 3 young guys. Go get a veteran player. And I'm not saying he has to be a James Harden kind of. Excuse me. Well, I am saying that, but like, you need reliable, resourceful players that are above average. And if you could get a superstar, that's great. Do that, but get them real help. Jeff Teague not working. Sorry, it's not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Dude,
not putting this all on Jeff Teague. Clearly,
he didn't play yesterday. He was a coaching decision. He did not play Jeff Teague yesterday.
My man's not even getting a shot.
He didn't
how
get
did
a minute.
How did Kemba do? Because I didn't
No,
have
also,
time to watch
I know
the
we
game.
got on Danny and Brad.
Yeah.
It doesn't help when your star guard is 1 from 12 from 3-point land.
That was Kemba?
5 from 21.
What did I say?
5 of 21 from the field.
What did I say about
14
Kemba?
points. Also, if your center is getting 39 minutes and scores 5 points with 6 boards, Daniel Tice, are you joking?
That's pretty trash.
Are you joking?
I also think
Robert Williams played 20 minutes and grabbed 13 boards.
Yeah.
Why is he not playing?
No, that is a good point. And he's looked good all season too. He's looked very good all season.
He's actually improving. That's another one.
Daniel Tice had the same amount of personal fouls as he did points. 5. 39 minutes.
I don't.
Well, my thing with Kemba. So this is what did I say though last week? Because after I said Kemba is not the same, he's not doing this, and I was like, we're gonna see glimpses of him being great. All for 90% of last week, he was putting up like 22 points, playing really good, and then all of a sudden yesterday, 1 for 12 from 3.
It looked like
what is that?
It looked
what
like they were
is
going to
that?
be turning it around. Would this have been if they won? Would that have been 3 in a row?
I think so.
Yeah, they had 2 like really solid wins leading up to this, and then they were blowing out the Pelicans. I was like, this is what I was expecting. This is exactly what it was. And I kept joking with my dad. My dad texted me. He was like, Celtics are up by 20, LOL. And I'm like, oh, Dad, there's plenty. I literally said, there's plenty of game left. He's like, I know, that's why I texted you. And you know what? They blew it. Matter of fact, they almost lost in regulation if it wasn't for Tatum. Imagine almost losing in regulation when you were up by 24.
I will say, though, as much as I said Tatum's not a killer, good to him for making that shot, bringing it to overtime. That's a step in the right direction for him.
Didn't take a 3, drove to the lane and did a floater. That's a big step too.
That's a veteran move, actually.
Yeah.
So that is the killer I want to see in Tatum. But that's the thing with
tough shot too.
Danny Ainge hit with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and Tatum that was that killer instinct starting to grow in him a little. It's like that's great. Because he is still only 22.
I was going to say, we got to give him a lot of time.
Oh, no. That gets me excited because you proved me wrong that all I was saying, like, he's not a killer. No, don't get me wrong. I still think he has ways to go.
Yeah.
But that's showing me it's like, oh, maybe he really is going to be that dude. Maybe he is going to have that, and he's not going to need Jaylen Brown to do that for him, which gets me ecstatic.
Just to because Andre Drummond is going to move. Think he might be the answer?
I think he's part of the answer. I don't think he's the whole answer because they still need a scoring option. Because when Kemba, like we were saying, when Kemba plays to his high potential, like cardiac Kemba kind of guy.
Oh, I missed that.
But that was so long ago. But that's the thing. If you have that third scoring option in Kemba when he does play, Oh, okay. The big man is really the only problem then.
Well, it's also
And the
too,
depth. The depth.
Interior defense has been clearly a problem. Look at Tice. 6 rebounds, 36 minutes is trash.
He should
Andre
also-
Drummond is averaging 15 rebounds a game.
Tice really should be playing power forward too, but I get like in
Was Tristan Thompson
We're
was
so
power forward.
undersized.
Tristan Thompson grabbed 9 boards, by the way.
Yeah. Every one of our fucking...
The man who played 15 less minutes than the two of them got more boards than they did. Good.
Well,
But keep playing them, Brad. Keep playing them. They're doing well. They're doing real good.
Not to mention, these guys are all undersized for center. I think Andre Drummond would be a huge fix.
You know who's not? Robert Williams.
Yeah.
Like,
Although
I won't even say
he's
I
like
wouldn't say
6'9",
but his athleticism makes up for
Dude,
it.
Yeah,
that
he's a big
alley-oop
dude.
he had in that game yesterday, he grabbed that ball at the top of the backboard.
Yeah, no, I love Robert Williams.
He's Zion. Like, Zion.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I thought you were saying he is like Zion.
No.
Like, okay.
Oh, my God. No.
I was gonna be like, this is the hottest take
I was like,
I've
wait a
I've
minute.
ever heard.
Wait a minute.
That ball was up at the top of the backboard, and he jumped up and grabbed it and slammed that thing.
I also think too, with the
With one hand,
Pelicans,
by the way.
I also like. I think we are going a little too harsh on the Celtics, and the only reason I say that, at least with this game, like I get the 24-point lead.
Kyle,
Hold on though, the Pelicans are a great team. They're just super, super young. Like when they figure it out, when they see it click, I know you guys have seen it. When they click and they're going, they are a really, really good
Kyle?
team. But 24 points is unacceptable.
24.
Kyle.
Yeah.
24.
It's every time.
No,
I tweeted this early in the season because I've seen this before the past like 4 or 5 seasons.
yeah.
Death, taxes, and the Celtics blowing double-digit leads.
He did tweet this.
I did see the
And
tweet.
then-
I saw the tweet.
And then later on in the season, I then found that tweet and then retweeted it because they did it again. And I said, remember this tweet? This is fun. This team is so irritating. Close it out.
Yeah.
Close it. I can't believe I said they're playing like cripples, by the way. That's how mad I was.
You just really went off on him in that
I
segment.
can't believe they're playing
You
like
called
I
them
said they're
cripples.
playing like cripples. That is
You called them cripples.
that's amazing.
Well, Kemba's borderline a cripple at this
Dude,
point.
literally, yeah, he's got no knee. That's-
Honest to
What?
God.
But that's what I said. I love Kemba's leadership, and that's unbelievable. But like you said about Jalen Hurts earlier, you got to have the talent, and when it's not, he's just not always there. Kemba's just not always there. It sucks because I really do like the guy. He's probably one of the most actually lovable, likable players in the league.
Yeah.
Because
He's a great dude.
someone you can respect. I mean, look at the first time he went back to Charlotte after he went to Boston. Just unbelievable dude.
Speaking of Charlotte, they won that trade with Kemba, with Terry Rozier.
It was
They
a
won
signing
that.
trade.
Dude,
I
that was
wouldn't.
his first game-winning shot. It's very early.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
how,
but Kemba's
look at how
knee.
Terry's
Kemba's knee.
I
Kemba's
know,
knee.
it's
Look
ve-
at how
it's
Terry's
very
been performing.
It's very early, and Terry might lose his job to LaMelo. So
No, I'd
LaMelo.
not lose his job.
Mhm.
He's still going to get 36 minutes. They may relinquish the starting job, give it to LaMelo. I understand that, but I mean, he's still a great. I think Terry's a better defender. He's
yeah, Kemba can't defend.
Exactly.
When you got no knee.
exactly. I'm saying Charlotte got the benefit of the doubt on that trade because we're paying $36 million to a guy with no knees,
And this is why I would ship Kemba.
and Terry Rozier is balling out.
You know who they need to sign? Say with me now, folks. Isaiah Thomas. Get this man back
Are you
on
serious,
the team.
dude? He's balling.
Of
He's balling for Team USA. He
Oh!
can play.
course he can.
What are we doing? Why is he not back?
Trade Kemba, get a big man, and then bring back IT. That is IT, Jalen Brown,
Dude,
Jason Tatum. That's
dude,
the big three I
Isaiah
want.
Thomas
Not
is-
even that, dude. I literally have Isaiah. Dude, Isaiah just wants a job. He would come off the. I'm telling you, he would come off the bench.
I know. I just miss
We
old
need.
Isaiah
We
Thomas.
need that player to come off the bench and
Dog.
start scoring. We don't have it.
I don't know how we haven't thought of this or how this hasn't crossed my mind.
It-
Oh my God, Isaiah Thomas would answer every single one of our problems.
Have you not been on social media? That's
Hold-
all I see people
dude,
tweet.
I have not even. It hasn't even crossed my mind.
I've been-
That
I've
dude
been-
brought a
His jersey's
shitbox.
right there.
I love this man. I love Isaiah Thomas. He brought a terrible team to what? The second round of the playoffs? He put up.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Are you kidding me? The fucking East. He literally.
And then LeBron.
He put up what 50 some odd points on his.
The day after his
The
sister
day
died,
after his
53
sister died?
points.
53 points.
Loses his teeth in a game, continues the game, plays the next day. Are you kidding?
You don't
Dude,
teach that.
I love Isaiah Thomas. The
That's-
60, the Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, like that dude,
like
he's a stud.
why
If he was
is
taller, he'd be one of the best players in the league.
what?
Because he's short. He is nobody wants him because he is a defensive liability.
Let's see him back in the NBA before we say.
I'm saying if he was taller.
Bro,
he's 5'6".
He's still bald.
He's 5'10". He's not that short.
He's
He's my height.
He's
I feel
he's
personally attacked.
He is 5'6" compared to everybody in
He's
the NBA.
not Phil Pressey, dude.
But you know what? He still finishes among like big men very well. Like he's still like he can still drive to the lane. Dude, give me Isaiah Thomas. I need it.
Dude, especially if
Imagine
he
him.
also
Get
if
into
he
my veins.
Imagine him instead of Jeff Teague.
Dude, especially oh my god, wow, dude, especially with that hip, if he comes off the bench, that's load management too.
You can get him
Come
for
on,
a veteran
We can
minimum.
keep Kemba.
Everybody in Boston would love him, even if the
Yes,
season
what
is
do
a
you mean?
wash.
Yeah.
Even if the season is a wash,
Imagine him and Kemba on the floor at the same time.
that is awful defense.
I know.
That is
horrible
horrible.
I
defense.
just think that.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what Tyson Thompson.
I just think that would be
Yeah.
so interesting to watch.
Oh, for sure.
That is the definition of small ball. Good luck to anybody trying to keep up with them on the perimeters. Like any of your
man with no hips and man with no knees.
like we could not play defense.
Wow, that's
but
really a cripple team.
bring it on.
Break out
Bring it on!
break out the Paul Pierce poop wheelchair.
Oh my god,
Yep.
yo,
Is that in the Hall of Fame?
Has to. Shit stain and all.
No, it's not. I've
Shit's
been there.
stained
It's
and all.
not.
It's not.
That's a
The
shame.
wheelchair, dude, it should.
NBA should 100%
It should
put the Paul Pierce
it should
wheelchair.
just be its own room. Just a room in the middle of it.
why does this room
roped
smell
off
like
wheelchair.
ass?
No, they should put it in the old Michael Jordan room. Have you guys been to the Basketball Hall of Fame?
No.
You know the old Michael Jordan room?
Yep.
Yeah, it should just be the wheelchair. And then just replays of him being shipped out in the wheelchair and then coming back.
You go
That's
there,
the whole thing. It's
they-
just Paul Pierce now.
It's just the wheelchair. You go there with your son in the future. Like, Dad, what happened here?
People-
Be like, son, this is the wheelchair where we thought Paul Pierce tore everything in his name. Turns out he just had to go poop. That's the poop wheelchair.
He just had to go relieve himself.
Oh, Dad, is that the wheelchair he pooped in? Pretty much, son.
Dad, I think
The truth!
I think I still see the poop.
It's still stained. It's still stained.
This room's got
Jesus
a
Christ.
smelly smell. Smells kind of
Smelly.
smelly.
Yeah, but yeah, boys, can the Celtics just please turn this around?
And now
I need good basketball.
You've got me-
Drummond and Isaiah Thomas.
Bro,
Give me
give
Boogie.
me Drummond and Isaiah Thomas, dude. I don't even give a
Dude,
fuck
give
what
me-
happens the
give
rest of
me
the season.
Boogie and
I
IT.
don't care.
Bare minimum, give me IT back.
Yeah, that's what I want. When is he done with USA?
I don't even care. Sign him now.
Yes.
Rip him out of there.
Can he do that? Can we do that?
You would think so.
Hold on, let me call my people.
I'll get my people on the phone too. Hey Siri.
Call my people.
Hey Siri. Can IT like fuck out of the US team, please? Oh my God! Get him on the team,
Please.
Why is Jeff Teague didn't even play yesterday? Coach's decision.
Load management.
The best decision Brad's
Load
made.
management on Jeff Teague.
Yeah,
I mean, he's old.
No,
but-
his load management. His load management was, you suck. You know what I'm saying today?
You're garbage. You're trash. Get out. That's
Oh
spots for
my
IT.
God, dude. Oh my God.
If IT comes back, I'm gonna.
Why is he not?
I
Why?
have an
why-
aneurysm.
Danny, what are you
everybody,
doing?
everybody avoids. The sad reality is everybody avoids IT because he is such a defensive liability. Because you look at
Drummond.
that's
And Drummond's
there it is.
And Drummond's like the only thing is Drummond can't shoot a three. That's the only. I mean,
I don't
neither-
care.
neither-
I don't care.
Fine, fine. Neither can
I
Thompson.
was gonna say neither can any of our
Exactly.
centers.
I was just. I will say Daniel Tice had a nice one the other day.
Oh,
Was that the only one of the game?
Yes.
The only
Hey,
point he
yes,
had?
it was.
James, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, he gets it.
You're blind.
You're a squirrel.
All right.
Oh
Yeah.
God! Like, just start playing actual basketball, please. Close out games. Get IT here. That's the summary of this entire segment. I love it.
I don't even know what this segment was. This was just
Oh,
shit
just
on the
Basketball.
Celtics.
But
We're playing.
Sorry.
not again.
Bare minimum, guys. Though, the mind is strong, body is weak.
Fuck
No.
you.
You
Fuck
said
you.
the body's weak, the mind is strong. Always end on a
you.
high note. Speaking of ending a high note, that's all we have for today's episode. But if you do want to support us in what we do here, I'm gonna be putting down a link in the description because we now have a merch store. Boom! Sports on tap, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and crew necks. That's what they're called. Crew necks. Thank you. So, but yeah, please go check it out. Any proceeds we get will be going back into the Sports on Tap so we can improve our gear and grow. So, thanks.
This is where you're gonna put the link. gonna be right here. You can click right here.
I'm gonna put it in the description.
It's gonna be just right over my face.
I messed up. No.